The haunting hour is at hand. Ghostly haunting since time began. Raw side paranormal seeks the truth, looking for some kind of real proof. Creepy floorboards and eerie dark mist. Grab your camera and document this. No time to run, no time to hide. We are catching all of this on the raw side. A slamming door causes a fright. A shadowed hand appears in sight. Grab your REM pods and your K2s or anything else you can use. No time to run, no time to hide. We are catching all of this on the wrong side. A slamming door causes a fright. A shadowed hand appears in sight. Grab your REM pods and your K2s or anything else you can use. No time to run, no time to hide. We are catching all of this on the raw side. The icy air touches your neck. You feel like screaming, but you stay in check. Orbs rising up to take the magical flight. You can't believe what's happening tonight. Don't run, don't try to hide. We are catching this all on the raw side. Don't run, don't try to hide. We are catching this all on the raw side.
Hey, I seen ya.
Hey, Laura, you know what?
Hello?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Welcome
No,
to the
go-
raw side.
Yeah, the raw side. Welcome. What's going on there, Mr. Bill?
Or Laura, she has to deal with me behind the scenes.
That's all right.
I was-
I'm in the background bebopping anyway.
I was gonna say to you, I just made this coffee, right? And like, I need like a warmer or something because like, I don't know, like, about you, but like, I have to have my coffee piping hot like all the time.
Yeah, George does too.
Yeah, I'm like one of those people where it has to be hot. Like some people, and as long as I have it with me, I'm
Right.
like, I'm cozy. Like, my friend Elby, he'll like get his coffee and like I'll be like, dude, where's your coffee? He's like, I drank it already. It's gone. Me,
George's
like,
that fast too. Yeah.
I savor it. Like I'm like, oh, I'm cool. I got it. But like, I just made this and like already to me, somebody might go, wow, that's hot still. To me, that's not hot enough. And
You put creamer in it?
I do.
That's it cools it right off.
But like, it's like your song and like already it's cooled down. I feel like I need like a warming plate or something. So I think I don't do Amazon. So I think I'm just going to eBay and there's like a little warming plate. Because already I'm like, garçon. I need, like the heating. Yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Stand under there with a little flame.
Yeah, exactly. And if over here, like you might see a hand, like
Right.
the thing, just reach in with like filling up my coffee because I text her, like, honey, can you get me a refill?
Right.
That's the hand at the last one. And actually, I think on the live, she brought me a thing of coffee.
Like poked in really
Yeah,
quick.
you just see a hand come in.
Well, it fits the show, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Actually, I think I have one of those. Let me check to see if it still works.
Well, just like a warmer.
Yeah. I
When
never
I was
use
dri-
it.
Excuse me. When I was driving tractor trailer, I had the thing about these gimmicky things is they don't let, like as seen on TVs, they don't last long. I had a 12-volt thing. It was like a thermos that you plugged into the 12-volt in your car.
Right.
I don't call them cigarette lighters anymore, but yeah, and that like kept it warm. Like, you'd be in your truck and it kept your coffee warm, but it burned out.
Oh.
Just like I also had a cooler for like instead of putting ice in it, it was like a refrigerated cooler for like,
Right. Yeah, I had one of those.
yeah, when I was over the road truck driver, like, oh, I'll buy that for like my meats and stuff, like, because like it got expensive, like eating out every day. So I'd like do like lunch meat and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, oh, I'll get this thing, and it lasted maybe 3 months, and then it like stopped working, and then like I sent it back. They sent another one, and then another 3 months it stopped working, and it's just like this thing is not built for like truck driver everyday use. It's built for like somebody going camping,
Right.
like.
Yeah, because I think we have one of those in the attic too with the camping gear.
And does it work?
I don't remember. I'd have
And
to
you know what?
check.
Like, if it works, it'll work. But then, like, one day you'll go to use it and it won't work anymore. And by then, like, it'll be out of warranty. So, like I feel like those gimmicky things, they're cool at first because, like, that thing was like awesome. I was like, dude, this thing is cool. Because actually, the guy that I trained with, he like turned me onto it. And then, I was like, dude, I got to get one of these. And then I ended up calling him, and I'm like, how's yours working? He goes, oh, I threw it out. It didn't work. I was like, that's funny you say that because yeah, mine doesn't work anymore
I
either.
bought one. It was like at Walmart, and this is when I was working over there at Charlestown, and because I wanted it for my office, and it looked like a little mini fridge.
Yeah,
And
this
you would
this
plug
thing.
it in. They lasted for like a year or two.
Oh, so this thing. Oh, so you're saying yours plugged into the wall?
Yeah, but you could also use it in the vehicle.
Yeah, this thing that I had was strictly for plugging into your. It was strictly for like truck drivers,
Right.
and I got to say it did work good, but like it was like 3 months. I don't even know if it lasted that long, and then it was like it
Yeah.
started to like lose it. I remember one day opening the thing up, and it was like, oh, like the meat was like rotting.
Oh,
Yeah, like you knew, like, yeah, this thing just
yeah,
not
it's a
working.
little ripe. Time to throw it out.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess my point is, I need hotter coffee.
Yeah, so let me check because I know it's in a drawer in the kitchen, and I don't use it.
Yeah, because now I feel like I have to like gulp my coffee, and I hate doing that.
Yeah, George does that. We'll go out and doing whatever, and we'll stop and get Dunkin', and I can't even drink it because it's so hot, and he's just
Right.
gulping away, and he's
Yes.
done before I even get a sip in.
Yeah. See, I like it hot, and I like to be able to sip it and enjoy it. And my
Right.
buddy Elby, we'll be like chilling out, and actually he's the type where like he's like, he'll be like, want to go get another cup of coffee? Like, not like we're sitting at Denny's and they come around with a refill. I'm talking
Right.
like in a styrofoam cup, and he's like, I'll be right back. I'm going to get another coffee. And I'm like, I'm still on mine. Like, it's like only like a quarter gone. I'm like, I don't even ask anymore, but I remember being like, you're done with yours already? And he's like, yeah. He just gulps it right down.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
So
he's
you're
a
not
madman.
they're not even enjoying it. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, it's,
you know?
yeah, it's just for
Maybe
the
unless
sake-
you get like one of those Stanley thermos cups.
Don't even get me started. Like, my girls had to have. Did you see SNL? Saturday Night Live just did a I got to tell you, Saturday Night Live has really stepped up in the past 5-6 years. Their game on skits, they're really funny. They just did a skit on Stanley cups,
Right.
the metal.
Yes. Joseph's girlfriend's got like 20 of them.
Yeah, my girls, they only have one per because I think they paid like $40.
Yeah, they're
Used,
ridiculous.
dude. They were used, and
Oh no, she's got about 20, and all they're different colors.
yeah.
And every time
And,
she sees one, I'll say, no, you got no more room
I'm
for
like,
this stuff.
Stanley, as in like the tool manufacturers. Like when I was a kid,
Yeah.
like Stanley, like you go to the hardware store and it would say Stanley on it. Yeah, that's the company. And I'm like, my kids are like, no, they make water bottles, Dad. I'm like, no, they make tools. They're like,
Yeah, no, yep, cups. They're right, Dad.
Yeah, I know, but they don't know. It's just like when they hear a song and I'm like, they don't sing this. They're like, yeah, they do. And I'm like, yeah, but they don't originally sing this. Like, I don't know. I don't have an example right now, but like, they're like, oh, I didn't know that they don't originally sing this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Like kids are like all thrown off, you know? So
Yeah, don't confuse them.
it's hard because, you know, I have,
When you
My
say
son-
something, they look at you like, what are you talking
they
about?
look at me like I'm nuts. Yeah. Yeah. They're like,
Well, you're
Dad.
just old now, Dad.
Yeah. They're like, Dad, gee whiz, Dad.
You know, when you're talking about like a Walkman or, like cassette
Yeah.
tapes or, and they're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, and they actually do know that only because
Right.
like I have some around, but yeah,
Really
um,
throw them a curve. Tell them 8-track.
they know that because we watch a movie. It's called it's good. It's really good. It's a Christian movie. It's really funny though, and I tell my wife I don't like Christian movies because they're so underproduced and cheesy and chintzy. But
Right.
there's this one called I really recommend it. Anybody who's even not Christian, it's really really good. It's uh high Road to Redemption. It's called Road to Redemption. It's hilarious and it's really good. And
Right.
there's a segment in there where these guys are listening to "I Think I Love You" by David Cassidy. That
Yes.
song, "I Think I Love You."
Yeah.
It's a hilarious segment. And anyways, they put an 8-track in the car. So my kids are quite familiar with what an 8-track is because
Oh, okay.
they were like, "What is that?" And I was like, and me and my wife look at each other, we're like, "It's an 8-track." And I go, they're a little sort of before our time, but we do know what those are. And I said, because I used to have this thing called do you remember what a 2XL is? It was this little robot that I had this little guy that you'd put 8-track tapes in, and you'd have to answer questions, and you'd press the button on him, and yes or no questions, and he took these 8-track tapes. So I was quite familiar with what an 8-track tape
Yeah,
was.
I think I remember that.
Yeah,
I
he
used
was.
to listen to 8-tracks because we had them in our house.
Yeah,
I think there's still some up in the attic, believe it or not.
yeah, and my mother, my mother was always into music. So like, I grew up around music, like the Moody Blues and stuff. She was always
Right.
into. So like, I always knew what 8-track was.
Right.
And I always knew what vinyl was and all that stuff. And I can remember like listening to I remember my mother walking in and yelling at me for listening to Puff the Magic Dragon over and over again. She's like, "That's it, Billy, that's enough. I can't stand that song." That and the other one, what's the Snoopy one? The Red Baron song with Snoopy.
Oh, yes, yes.
That one too. I would listen to it over and over again. I
Over and
remember
over.
like, "That's enough. I can't stand that song anymore."
Right.
Yep.
No, we always had music in our house too. I grew up with it. My father's
Yep.
got a large album collection, 45s. He's
Mhm.
made his own mixtapes. He's got a whole system set up. He used to do all of that, and it's always been in the house. So it's and it's same thing. Joseph growing up, I've always had music going and singing, and it's so it's always been here. And so yeah, Joseph knows what all that stuff is too.
Hey, wouldn't it be cool if someday on our podcast here, since it's not live or anything, so you can just edit it right out
Right.
on your end. So we do a karaoke with you singing.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, Laura. We can we'll just get some. I'll find them. We can get some tracks. First of all, let me ask you a question. I'm going to
Sure.
interview for a second. We were on the phone the other day, Laura, and we had started talking about vocalists, and I had mentioned I was actually in the car with my daughters the other day, and Hart was on, Ann Wilson, and we were listening to I think Barracuda was on, and my daughters, they're in that regional thing in high school where they travel for singing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I forgot what it's called, but it slips in my mind. But so they're listening and they go, "Dad, I thought they were asking because they were really liked her singing, So I go,
Right.
she goes, "Dad, who is this?" And of course, Ann Wilson just belting it out, but she's the hair on my arms is standing because she's so awesome. And
Right. One of the best singers there is.
yeah, and especially that older stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love that older stuff that she sings. And I go, "This is Hart," and they go, "Oh," and they've heard of Hart, and I think they
Right.
just were like thinking, "Who is this again?" Because they hear that all the time. And I go, "Why?" I go, "Do you want to try and sing like this?" And they look at me, they go with that face, and they go, "No," and I'm like,
Why not?
I go, "Why? What's the problem?" And by the way, we were on our way to Big Apple because Olivia, for her graduation present for 6th grade, wanted
Right.
a ukulele. So that's where we were going. And I go, "Why?" And I go, "No." I go, "What?" And I'm thinking, why? Like they're at a cringe face. I go, "You don't wouldn't want to sing like this. They're like, it's not that I wouldn't want to, it's just not my style. They're like, like dad,
Oh, jeez.
So getting back to my question for you, I had mentioned I want to get back into playing music again. It's been a long time since I've been behind a drum set and playing guitar and doing my own music for my I've been doing a lot of AI stuff, but I want to start doing stuff for my channel for my own.
Correct.
You had mentioned, what are you going to do for singing? Are you going to do just metal? And you were like, oh, I can't do that. So I wanted to ask you, what is your style when you do sing? What is your genre? How do you like to sing? What do you like to do?
I really don't.
What's your comfort zone?
I do R&B. I do.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
Stop right there.
Excuse me.
And I'm not going to ask you to or something like that. I just want to know, like, so when you say I do R&B, some artists that you can do.
Well, let's see. What was the hell is his name? Uncle Cracker? Is that what it was?
Who?
He sang. Let me think. Now you got me on a spot because I can't think of the name of the song.
Okay. If you can't think, move to something else.
Okay. A Journey. I like to sing with Journey.
Really?
Yeah. I do a lot of Journey stuff. I've done some country stuff. I like all music except for gangster rap. But yeah, a lot of Journey, the Eagles, Kansas.
Okay, cool.
It's just a little bit of everything. A lot of older stuff too, like Etta James.
Forgive me.
It's like soul, stuff like that. More towards the soulful side. I enjoy. I've done Shania Twain.
Oh.
But now that since the laryngitis, I can't hit those notes. I gotta just get right back into it and recondition, I guess, my vocal cords.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, I remember, like, even like as much as people don't like say Axl Rose and stuff, he had to like retrain his vocal cords. He's grown up a lot. He's actually turned into a really good person now. Like I've seen a lot of interviews with him where
he's had a bad patch.
Yeah, but he's
good.
He's turned himself around. He enjoys his music again.
That's good.
He enjoys the people again, which I really appreciate about him. He's grown up. Before could you imagine having all that money, fame, these girls, and you're young? I couldn't imagine being. So it all went to his head. So, anyways, he had a lot of vocal problems. I think he did have to have. I don't know if he had to have a surgery, but I know that he had a lot of problems. I think Christina Aguilera had to have a surgery. That girl, I remember.
She's got a hell of a voice too.
Yeah, I remember listening to that Moulin Rouge song.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and I was like listening, and I was like, I heard everybody, and there's a whole bunch of artists in that song, right? And I was like, whoa, who is that? I want to know who that is.
Yeah,
and
she's more that soulful sound.
And I was like, somebody was like, that one is Christina Aguilera. And I was like, okay. You know how people like pick on, like, okay, they say, oh, Britney Spears, this person can't sing. They just, because they look good, blah, blah, blah. That girl.
Oh, she's got
sing.
Yeah, she's got a voice.
Oh my God. Like, yeah, there's like when she like sings in that song, like I just take notice, like how to me there's no gimmick about her.
Right.
Like I think they all can sing.
It's a true talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what it is. Anyways, it's a true talent.
I guess my point was about and who's Miley Cyrus, her too. She had to have like her. Yeah, I know, but what I was going to say about her voice, she had to do like a bunch of vocal training to because if you don't use it, you lose it. It's just like a guitar player and a drummer. Like, excuse me, I haven't done it in such a long time that like my fingers are weak now.
Right.
So I got to get back. I keep pointing back here because my guitars are back here. I got to get back here and start going up the fretboard again, and then back down again, and doing my my notes.
You had to give me lessons. I used to take lessons when I was younger, and then I stopped.
Here's the thing, like I'm self-taught, and I remember somebody asking me to teach them how to play drums, and I was like, okay. Uh, I have trouble teaching because I was never taught.
Right.
I um, I'm self-taught, so I don't know how to approach it. When you um, don't, when you pick something up on your own because you have a talent to do it and it's built into you,
Right.
I don't I don't want to make it sound like you're patting yourself on the back, but like if you don't know, if you go, well, Laura, just sit down and do it. To me,
Right.
I want you to just sit down and do it.
And do it because you already know. So yeah,
Right. Because like to me, I can already like it's natural. I remember like watching my brother and my father play guitar all the time. So like
right.
when I sat down, I remember like them playing chords and I'd go, is this it? And they go, yeah, you've got it.
And that's how they
it.
taught you. You could do the same things, you know.
But
You had to have somebody watch you.
I already like saw them doing it for so long that I was like, this is an E, right? And I go, that's a G. And they go, yep, yeah, you have it.
There you
And they
go.
go, just put your finger a little bit more right there. And I go, like this, yep. Now, if you did that, you'd be like, wait, like this. I'd be, you got to put, no, what are you doing? I'd be a little frustrated because I'd be like, why don't you understand? So like, I probably wouldn't be that way, but like,
Well, no, like I said, what you would do is like just you would do it and then just have the person copy you.
yeah,
That would be the way you'd be able to teach them.
yeah. So I think one time I did have somebody try to sit on the drums and I did start them out with just hitting the hi-hat. And then I said, okay, now I want you to introduce the bass drum. Start introducing the bass drum. And once they started doing that, their right hand stopped. And then they're just doing their foot. And I was like, but you got to keep your right hand going still.
See, now a lot of people can't do that.
So then they started this again. And then I wanted them, because I wanted them to just go, I just wanted to just do a beat so they can go, oh, I did a beat. So I wanted them to go and then go
right
with their foot, you know? So once they started introducing their foot, their hand stopped. And I was like, well, no, you got to keep your hand going. So to me,
it would be me.
like to me, I was like, just stop because you're not going to get it. And then they go, I love this one. I was talking to a friend of mine. He's a drummer. They go, they'll see me like whip out a beat and like the double bass and like go like on the cymbals and stuff. They go, man, how do you do that? Practice?
Yeah.
Who do you think I just got up there and just went,
yeah, they gotta practice.
Watch this. Dude, I played since I was 13, like I started. I didn't just start doing that, although I did whip out a beat going because I had the ability.
Right.
I did do that when I first sat down on the drum set, but I didn't go with double bass and stuff and start doing that. It took a long time to do that. So I love when people go, man, how do you do that?
Yeah, it's a learning process. It is.
Yeah, it's called practice. So
yeah, it's yeah. Well, I used to take lessons when I was younger, but then I was taking them from a music teacher at school, and then he moved away, and that was the end of the lessons. And then
guitar lessons?
Yeah, and then I put it away, and so I said,
have your guitar
okay.
still?
No, I don't. It's long
Oh, okay.
gone. When we moved out of state, it got lost in transit somewhere.
Oh, really?
It was just a basic like
yeah, a starter guitar of some sort.
Yeah, like an acoustic or whatever. It was just
but
plain old cheapy.
yeah, but I wonder what kind of cheap, because sometimes like, okay, for example, I remember like I wish I still had it. It was an Explorer style. And anybody that is like watching or listening, it's Explorer style is like James Hetfield style. The back end comes up like that. It's called a Court. And I remember I had this guitar when it was like one of my first guitars when I started playing. And I was like, I hated the thing. I didn't like it. I remember I took it apart. I painted it. It was white with gold trim. And I was like, this thing is kind of effeminate. So I took it apart. I painted it black. And then so now it was black with gold trim.
Right.
I was like, oh, this thing is cool, man. It's sinister looking. And then, so now, like that thing's going for like $1,200-$1,500 because of the nostalgia value, because they didn't make very many of them. And to me back then, it was just a Court. spelled CORT, and that company is a Japanese company, and anything made in Japan is like high quality. But back then, I didn't know that. Like, I just
Right.
thought it was like, no, you want like a Fender, you want a Guild, you want
Right. Top
something
of the
like,
line.
yeah.
Right.
I just looked at it was like, because I got it on a trade. The dude I got it from, it was like kind of beat up, and I fixed it. And now I'm like, man, I wish I had that guitar. So
So, well, this one I bought from a family friend. I mean, I don't know what they paid for it, but they were getting rid of it. So my father got it for me, and it was blonde in color.
yeah,
It was a 6 string.
yeah.
But as far as yeah, and George, and then when I got together with George, he used to play around with it and try to play it, and
Oh, so that's probably how old it was.
it was old. Yeah, I was a teenager when I got it.
Yeah,
So that's 30 whatever
80s.
plus years old, and like then when we moved out of state, I brought it with us, and then I don't know what the hell happened to it.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's
It
why
just disappeared.
that's the thing. So like those kind of guitars, like that's why I'd love to know what it was. Because beginner guitars now, cheapy guitars now are different from cheapy guitars back then.
Right.
They made really good cheap.
Yeah,
They
it was
really
pretty good.
Yeah, they didn't really make cheapy guitars back then as they do
Even
now.
think it had like a red design or something around, the hole in the middle of the wood,
Sound hole.
and then you could see inside it had a brown paper with its authenticity put on it. Like I said, I don't know exactly how much it cost new. I got it from a friend, and it just disappeared.
It just vaporized.
I don't know what the hell happened to it. Either it got lost in transit somewhere.
Yeah.
So of course, back, and after that, I wasn't thinking about the guitar. I was thinking about, setting up a new household. So that was the last thing I was.
Yeah, you were thinking about.
Worried about. But then when we come back to New York, I'm thinking, whatever happened to that?
You were thinking about George.
And I think, okay, it was left in a garage somewhere, and now it's gone. And
yeah,
who knows what happened to it? And I used to play violin too at one time.
I have 2 violins.
Until I was taking lessons, and then I was going to school. It was lesson day. I had it with me, and the guys out front were playing football, and don't they hit my case with the football and break it?
Really?
And I never got it repaired. And I borrowed that. That was actually was my uncle's, and it was an expensive violin, and I don't know if they ever got it repaired or not.
Oh.
So that was the end of those lessons. I was actually pretty good at one time, but yeah, didn't pan out. So
yeah, so I bought a violin because I could play guitar. Should be easy, right?
No.
Well, I could do this part.
Right.
I could make this part. It's the bow.
Yeah.
The bow control is the hardest part. And I have a bad shoulder, so articulating
the movement. Yeah,
and
that's
then,
all. And
yeah, so that was the hardest part for me. So guess where that violin is? That is underneath our bed.
There you go.
With about 3 inches of dust on it. So yeah.
There's no dust in your house.
Yeah. Oh, Thing. Thank you, Thing.
I see you. Thank you, Thing. Actually, that would be hysterical. You need to put a wooden box right there. I see her. A wooden box right there, and have her hand go through it.
Thanks, honey.
It'd be hysterical.
Oh, that's much better.
Just pops up. There's a coffee.
Yeah, wouldn't that be like it came from here?
Yeah, really funny.
Yeah. That would be a little weird. People would be like, what's it been doing?
What the hell's he got under his desk?
Yeah. I wonder why he's always so happy.
Yeah. I'd be happy too if that was under my desk.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Yeah, so it's nice. I always wanted to learn piano as well, but I just didn't have anybody to teach me. And, and like I said, it's a discipline. You got to make time for it.
Yeah.
Now I think I would be a better student because I would make time for it, where before I was always just too busy with work and, life, and never set anything aside for it. But the only thing I always stuck with was the singing. And I usually do that, when nobody's around, and then I let loose. because I can't. I like it loud. I like to, and I'm pretty loud when I do it. And and George, bitching or whatever. So I always wait till nobody's home. And
Well, I always told, like, Michelle, she sings good, and I always told her, I said, "You're not singing from the diaphragm." And she's like, What do you mean?" I said, "You sing from the neck up." And I said,
right,
your problem is you're holding back." And she said, "Well, it hurts." I said, "That's your problem, is you're not training yourself."
yeah, she's not training those muscles,
Yeah. And I
and that's
said,
where the power is from the diaphragm.
"Yeah, absolutely." And I
Yeah,
said, "Listen, I am not a strong singer, but I know how to sing. I know what you're supposed to do." It's just like Simon Cowell. People pick on him and they go, "Well, where's your record, man?" And when he says, "Listen, you can't sing, you suck." But if you don't have to know how to sing in order to know if somebody can sing or not.
right.
And you don't have to know how to sing to train somebody how to sing. I know what to look for to tell someone how to sing. I've been around good singers and around music for a long time. I've been in bands for a long time. So I know what to look for. So in my wife, I would tell her, "You have the potential, so much more potential in your singing, and you're just not allowing yourself. You're holding back because of embarrassment."
Yeah, and it's that, and a lot of people get stage fright that holds them back.
That's embarrassment.
And it's just well, what yeah, well, no, I don't. I think it's just their fear that they think that nobody's going to think they're good.
Well, it's
Because a lot
embarrassment.
of people go through that. Oh, gee, I don't know if I'm going to be good enough, and this and that, and for nothing. Like when I was used to do karaoke with my friends a while back, and I thought to myself, because George goes, "I'm really proud that you did that." I said, I thought of it this way: I'm never going to see these people again in my life,
Yeah, yeah.
so just do it. And
Right.
uh, so I used to have the DJ would get up and sing with me. Because they were all surprised. You think it, because a lot of people, you get there, oh, she's going to sing, like some weird country or love song or this or that. And here I'm belting out the blues.
Oh, cool.
So they're like, what the heck? And, so and I like that soulful sound. It's really good. And like I said, like I said, it's a very wide range. I like all of it. I even like opera, it depends on what it is. But and the only thing I'm not a fan of is the gangster rap or the foul mouth, rap. I like rap, but
Well,
it's when they get into where they're being raunchy and dirty and aggressive like that. It's just a big turnoff for me. And
well,
it's
I
a
like.
shame because those guys really are talented and have great voices.
Yeah.
I would like to see them sing something else.
A couple weeks ago, I was watching. You and I were talking about Wisdom, his channel,
Mm,
and I was watching a live, and he does a lot more uh sort of I don't want to say R&B, but rappy type stuff, right?
right.
And I was in the chat and I was digging it, and I'll tell you why. Because he's I think more our age too, because the stuff he was doing, generating, was a lot of it was like not Fresh Prince, like Fresh Prince of Bel Air. It was like before he did his Fresh Prince of Bel Air show
Right.
with DJ Jazzy Jeff. Do you remember when Fresh Prince did Nightmare on Elm Street song? Oh, Laura, that
If I
song was
heard it, I would
oh,
know it.
about Freddy Krueger. That song,
Yeah, it
and
does not.
then okay, like the old Fat Boys record, um, those like Cool Mo D,
Right.
uh, Curtis Blow. They're playing basketball. You remember that song?
Right. Right. There, yeah, it's
All that old stuff. So like he was generating like that kind of stuff, and um, I was really digging it because at first I was like, this, it's not really my genre, and I'm more of a metal guy. But I love old school rap because I like Run DMC. Um, I like the old school Beastie Boys.
right. So yeah,
I
that's the
love
stuff, yeah, that I enjoy.
I love that old school. And then there's like some crossover stuff. I do like that new dubstep stuff. I like the crossover. Like there's a band called Biohazard from like back in the day from the 90s. I don't know if they're still around, but they
Right.
cross over into like metal. Then there's like Suicidal Tendencies. They get like a rappy, poppy punk feel. Then there's a band, it's Ice-T's band called Body Count. And a lot of people will be like, wow, he's nuts, but like Ice-T's like crazy, but like he's got like a rappy death metal sound, which I really dig.
Yeah, I like the blend when they do that.
Yeah, so like
Because Aerosmith did that.
yeah, they did it with Run DMC. They
So
teamed up.
that mix I thought was really great.
Right. So like anyway, so what when I was listening the other day, he was doing a lot of the stuff that he generated had a lot of scratching. Remember the old school like
Yeah.
and it was like super tight, man. Like I mean it was like super scratchy, super like 1986 scratch. Like wicked super Fat Boys like scratch.
Right.
And I was like really digging on it, man. I was like, oh, this is really cool. So I stayed in there and watched. I didn't think I'd be like stay in and watch and listen, but I was like, I stuck around for that and I voted because like he does the voting thing.
Right.
So yeah, like I might like if you like watch my videos too, like you'll see like I have a lot of 80s stuff in my videos too, where it might have like a Phil Collins's Genesis sound to it too. So it depends when I'm editing. It depends on what mood I'm in, really.
What mood
like,
you're in. Exactly.
Like lately, I've just been in like a metal mood. And you know why? Like behind me, I had all my my Hot Wheels up, my RC cars and everything. And I'm like, I took everything down because I want to start doing my music again.
Right.
And start getting this room ready for more video type music type video stuff. And I'm like, I haven't touched the car stuff. I haven't done my other channel with the cars. And I'm like,
Right.
So I broke out a couple totes, put that stuff away. It still really doesn't look like I put toys away. It still looks like a toy shop in here. And it looks like
We have a lot in there.
yeah, it looks like Toys R Us hasn't closed. But nonetheless, I'm making progress. And so I've been on a metal mood. So like all my edits, like probably the next 6 videos I do, it's just gonna have nothing but metal in it. But since I've been on a metal kick,
Right.
yeah. So
Oh well, yeah, because the last video you put out, I enjoyed how you did that. The music was good. It would come out good.
Did you like the Killer Ants?
The Killer Ants.
Yeah, I got about like 6 different movies in that one clip with the giant ants.
Right. Well, I was just thinking all that. I go, he did a great job. This is
you know what
really
my
good.
daughter Olivia, she goes, Dad, you know what you could have used was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And I go, oh, because there's a segment where they ride and they even name it. They go, oh, Auntie.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that segment because I was in my head. I'm going, where is there like
giant ants
stuff? And so I'm like, oh, I can use that. And then like I totally forgot about that segment. But I'm like, I am not going back and remaking that video. So but yeah, she was right. I totally would have used that. Or
that was a good one.
They scooped out the cream from the giant Oreo and fed it to the ant and stuff.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah. Nope, I'm not doing it though. It's done and it's
not changing anything.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it come out good.
And then did you see the part where I actually was able to like I was able to fix the video in on that Fox where you can
yes, you could really
Oh, so listen
really
to this.
hear it really well.
So, dude, check this out. You heard it here first, folks. You only get this inside behind the scenes stuff on our podcast. So, Ollie, he's my little Mulchie. I was up till like 3:00 in the morning last night doing this stuff. So that's why I was kind of unprepared today.
Right.
But anyways, so I'm like getting ready for bed and he decides to start barking. He's got to go potty, right? So I'm like, oh. So I take him out. Last night, you see where this is going, right? I just mentioned the Fox. And Laura sort of knows an inside detail about Mr. Fox.
Right.
That I didn't disclose in the video.
That's fine. We can just leave it where it is.
We'll just leave it there. But Mr. Fox's brother decided to avenge last night.
Even it's your dog?
No. Everything's fine.
Oh,
But okay, so I'm standing. I'm watching my dog because he just decides to like go pee, and I know he's got to go number two. I know my dog,
right.
but like he decides to like just look up at me and like be like, "So, dude, do you want to just like chill out until I gotta
Yeah,
go?"
I know my
number
dog does
two?"
that too.
And I'm like, would you just go to the bathroom? I want to go to bed,
Mm.
And like, so I'm like sitting there, and it's so peaceful out. It's like beautiful. It's like 60, 65. It's gorgeous out.
Right.
So I'm like, oh man, the stars are. It's so gorgeous out here. And then, you ever look up and you can see satellites moving?
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. I search for them, so I'm like this, and I'm like, and all of a sudden, you guys got to go. Please check out this last video I did. The thumbnail is killer ants and foxes. You will see what a fox noise makes. It is freaking terrifying.
It's horrible sounding.
Laura, all of a sudden, like 10 feet behind me, rah! So you know, like people, like when people say like I swear a skinwalker was behind me.
Yeah, no,
That's what that noise is.
it's a fox
That's
noise.
what I swear.
Horrible.
If I didn't know what that noise was, I'd be on this podcast right now going, Laura, a skinwalker
was
tried
in
to
my
kill me
yard.
last night. And
Right.
you'd be like, Bill, there's no such thing as a skinwalker. I'd be like, Laura, I'm a believer. Laura, you listen, if you don't believe me, we're not doing podcasts anymore.
Anymore.
And we're not friends anymore. And I don't care what you believe, but I believe I would be like tooth and nail, like fighting with you about it.
Right.
I would
Excuse
say
me.
that was a skinwalker scream or something. I'd be like, that was the devil behind
It's a
me.
horrible scream noise.
So, and this one was even like the most, if you could jump out of your skin, that would have been the time that I could, because I went, ugh, and I like turned around and like,
You didn't expect it.
and I'm kind of a startly person anyway. I never used to be. And then like, I'm the type where like, you could be like, hey Bill, what's up? I'd be like, ugh. And I'm just a startly person anyway. And when it's like 3:00 in the morning and all of a sudden someone behind me was like, blah! I was like, ugh, and I turned around and I knew, of course, now I knew what it was. It's not
Right.
Mr. Skinwalker. It was Mr. Fox coming to avenge his little brother. And I couldn't see it, of course. It's just in the darkness.
Right.
I know it's there. Is it coming after me? Is it walking toward me? I don't know what it's doing now.
Did your dog
So-
shit himself?
He didn't. He's just like, now I'm like, so I turn real quick. I go, stay right there. And my dog's really good. He listens to everything I say. So thank God he didn't like go and start running. Right. So I pick him up and I'm holding him. So now my stairs are like 15 feet in the direction that I got to go up to the house.
Where the sound was coming from.
Yeah. So now I'm like, I feel like a moron. So I'm like, this feels
Puffing
stupid.
yourself up.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm stomping. I'm like, ah! So I'm like walking over to like my steps because I have. Oh, by the way, I have my phone.
I'm scary human. You run away.
Yeah, blah! me Hulk. You
No.
little. So I got my little light on my phone, right?
Right.
And it's on like 9% power, and I know that, and I'm like, so I could see, and if you go on my video, you can see its little eyes glowing. So I could see its little eyes glowing about like probably now it's about like 30 feet away from me.
Right.
I can see it down the driveway. I'm like, okay, I see it. At least it's down that way. It's about 30 feet away. So I'm walking and I go over to the stairs and then I back up the stairs and it takes off, thankfully. And my dog, he's like with me. He's like this too. He's like,
Where the hell is it? Right.
yeah, he's all like, he's like this too. He's almost like, if he could talk, he'd be like, you see it?
Yeah.
Because I don't see it either. He's almost like, you'd be like, wait, is that? No,
Is that it?
no, it ain't it. Maybe we should go in. What do you think? Yeah.
I'm going to the bathroom in the morning.
Yeah, dude, I totally. It was probably because he was like, you know,
He's like, F this, go inside.
he's like, I peed and I think I'm good. I think I'm
Yeah.
good this morning.
That's it.
Because yeah, so we went upstairs I put him in the house, and then I stayed on the deck with my light, and I'm flashing it out there. It took off or whatever. So went to bed. Then so this morning, probably like we just ate dinner. Probably around like 5:30ish. We're eating dinner, and Michelle goes, "Oh, you uploaded your video last night with the Fox thing, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." She goes, "Oh, we can watch that." I was like, "Yeah, all right." Sometimes I get a little embarrassed, especially with this one, because I just talk in it. I do nothing but
Right.
talking. I don't work anything. But the Fox video is in it, right? So Ollie is in the living room with us watching the video. And that audio comes on. Well, it's the video as well, but the audio, of course, he's not watching the TV, comes on with that freaking thing going.
Noise.
"Rawr."
Right.
Now, I must preface this by saying Ali doesn't know what a fox sounds like from the other video, but he knew last night what it sounds like now. When he heard that sound in the video, he was like this, and he looks at the TV, and he was like pissed. He was
Yeah.
like, "What the like that thing is
It's
back."
back again, right?
Yeah, he was like walking around in the living room, like looking at us like, hello. He was like not happy. I go like
It's
this.
in the house now.
Yeah, I go like this. I go, look at him. And Michelle's like, yeah, uh-huh. And I'm like, no, you don't get it. I'm like, you don't get like how scary that was. And my daughters are like, hey, Dad. Hey. I'm like, no, you don't understand what it's like to want to jump out of your skin.
Right.
It's scary. Like, wait till you get older and it happens to you.
Well,
and you
what
wanna
you
jump
do
out
is
of
just let them experience it. Let them stay up till 3:00 in the morning. Stick them out on the deck, and then you'll be hearing screaming because they'll be running in.
Yeah, and of course Michelle's like, I don't think that I should take Ollie out at night anymore. I'm like, you don't take him out at night anymore at all. Anyway. And I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm like, I won't make her anyways, but now like I'm just gonna let him poop in the living room.
Well, he's tiny. Get him a little cat box.
You know, the lady that
Catch your grass in it. He'll be all right.
yeah, Michelle like trained him. Like he was how old? 6 months old, 9 months old, 8 months old when we got him. And the lady never took him outside. She let him. She used puppy pads.
Yeah.
She let him go in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
I had a friend who had a Chihuahua, a teacup Chihuahua, and she trained him to go in a litter box
Yeah. No, that's
for bad weather.
Yeah. Now a teacup Chihuahua. Those things are like the size of
Tiny.
smaller than a gerbil, aren't they?
Oh, he was about 1.5 pounds.
Yeah.
He was tiny. Yeah.
Smaller than this.
And she feels figured because it's so, the weather I hear is terrible in the winter. So yeah, she trained him to use a litter box for the bad weather, and he would go in there, and then she'd just change it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually.
So that's what you probably need to do with your dog at nighttime. Just have it, by the door, and now you
Yeah.
go potty in that tonight because you're not going outside.
He'd be confused now. He's so good about being able to do that. I mean, but now I think I have other footage I didn't put in my video. When it was another late night, and I heard something underneath the floor because my floor is wooden, and I think they're living underneath my floor. I thought maybe it was raccoons, but the other night I have video of that too. I just didn't put it in this video because it was like kind of boring because you can't see anything, but you could hear them fighting underneath my garage. They were like fighting
probably,
each other.
yeah, they probably have a den there.
So I believe that that's probably what it is, and it's like an infestation of these things. So they're like running rampant.
So yeah, you're gonna have to find a way to catch them or get rid of them.
Right. So I figure this out.
Yes, I don't. Yeah, either you put up traps, humane traps, catch them all and take them somewhere and let them loose, or call somebody in to catch them and get rid of them.
Yeah, I'll call a skinwalker to get rid of them.
That's it. They'll come in and eat it, and then you'll be all set. It's
It's crazy though.
quick and painless.
It was so loud, Laura. It was like, imagine somebody like going, "Hey!"
Yeah, you got that much activity. You're probably right. The den is probably underneath your garage.
Yeah, and then now like me thinking about when that when I was in my garage, it was like PO'd because I was in my garage.
Yeah.
So,
And you were in its way.
exactly.
Yeah. Because they claimed it. So yeah, that's probably what you got to do. You got to see what's going on. take a walk around, see if you find any holes or any kind of trace of them.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's small enough, so yeah, I could see them living under the garage.
Well, yeah, and there's something I didn't want to admit, and that was you could see where they've dug it out.
Okay, yes, that's probably they're living under it.
Yeah, and I thought maybe it was skunks. I thought maybe it was and honestly, I was like, hey, if I don't bother them, they're not bothering me, and they come out at night. And
Right.
but now that like this is going on,
And you had that rabid one, so
yeah, and I always have to be like scared, and then like now they're like showing their aggression toward me all the time, and now like they're gonna like swoop in and take my.
well, you won't be able to use your yard. Then you got to worry about your dog.
Yeah, he's
Or
5
the
pounds.
kids.
Literally 5 pounds. Like I'm not like
Right.
figuratively like thinking about like when they weighed him, he's 5 pounds. So
Right. You can check into like mothballs might help out if you throw some mothballs in there.
you know what?
The skunks don't like mothballs.
A friend of mine, he used to he was a barber for his whole life, and he was an older guy, and he goes, when Michelle would do hair, he goes, hey, can you do me a favor? He goes, she doing haircuts tonight? And I go,
yeah, the human hair. Yep.
yeah. He goes, can you save some hair for me? I was like, what? He goes, because it was at church. He goes, because I think skunks, anything really, they were digging underneath the shed that we had out back. He goes, I'll put sprinkle the hair around there. He goes, but I do have to say, when he did that, we came back and they seemed to have pushed the hair out of the way.
Yeah. See, I don't know. A lot of people. Yeah, I heard that it works, and then who knows?
But
And I know the mothballs work because we used to have a skunk that lived under our front porch, and we threw bags of mothballs in there, and they took off.
So the thing is, we can't use mothballs because Hunter has this thing called G6PD, and he is allergic to mothballs.
Okay.
So we can't have them anywhere around
where he's gonna be.
Yeah, so we don't ever buy them or keep them on the property.
Oh,
but I was going to say with the hair thing, the human hair. Now, if we're there during the day, I was saying, you know how I said it was pushed out of the way.
Right.
They have to get out. So they're not going to stay in there and go, oh, there's human hair in the way. I'm not going near that. They have to get out, and then they'll flee and not come back. So I think if it works, they just don't come back. And they're like, oh, I ain't going back there because there's human hair there.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah,
sense?
maybe. You'd have to give it a try.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe I will do that, or instead of just being, I've been meaning to just put boards over where their holes are. So
see what happens. Yeah, well, yeah, because I don't know. They normally do come out at night, correct?
Yeah,
because you don't want them trapped under there. So
well,
even
that's
if
what I was
they
thinking.
Were gone.
That's what I was thinking too. But yeah, because then if they die under there, it's gonna
yeah.
So
not gonna be pleasant.
I'd have to wait and then seal it up at night.
Right.
I have to go out at like 2 a.m. when they're gone.
They're not in it.
Yeah.
And then plug up the hole.
It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to worry
Put a
about
notice on it. You've been evicted.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they could read though.
Throw you out. Well, hey, yeah.
Don't they? Do they have to have a 30-day?
Some of them are probably smarter than the people that live in your area, so you don't know.
That's true. I don't know if they need a 30-day or what.
I don't know. Well, if they have children, then it's longer. So
that's true. Yeah,
it's 90 if they have a family.
I bet you they probably do.
Oh, probably.
I think what is it? Kittens, because they're feline cat family, so they're probably called kittens. And so
I think I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna hold on just a quick second. I gotta get rid of my dog. She's driving me nuts.
Yeah, go ahead.
Be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my dilemma, and I have another dilemma. I'm almost out of coffee, and that's just the way things. Hey, that's the way things go. But yeah, if you want to check out Laura's channel, Raw Side Paranormal, of course, you're on it, and mine is Carburetors and Coffee. Hey, you got rid of the doggy already?
Yeah, I just had to shoo her out of the room and close the door. She kept grunting next to me, and I took her out before we went on here. So she's just being a pain in my back end.
How'd she get back in?
Well, no, I had left the door open. You know, I said, okay, she already went out. She'll be good. She'll just lay down and be quiet. No, I don't. I'm surprised you didn't hear her.
No,
she's standing next to me, and she's grunting.
Oh, I didn't hear.
and breathing her hot breath all over my knee. So that's time for you to get out of here.
Her clam dip breath.
Oh, hot. It's like, I'm hot enough as it is. Get the hell out of here. You're melting my kneecap.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I was just like talking about friends today that stopped by after the Boilermaker, and I go, here, take the dog home with you. They already have 4 or 5 dogs. She goes, no, no.
Yeah. I forgot about that for you. Was that a mess down there or what?
I didn't pay any attention.
Yeah.
Normally I go on and I watch it because it is a world renowned road race. And
Yeah.
But I mean, after watching it for the last 20 years, I really don't care who's running by the house.
Yeah.
All I know is it's noisy. You're all over my lawn and my driveway, and I just close the door.
Yeah.
And the only one I want to see actually is the Kenyans, because when they're running, it's like they don't even touch the ground.
Yeah. They're floating.
They're
on
like
the-
they're hovering
Yeah.
as they go by. It's amazing how good they are at it.
It's
And,
paranormal.
yeah, it's just like they're floating by the house.
Supernatural.
So, and usually one of them usually wins. And then the only other part, I'll watch a little bit of the regular crowd running through, and because we get people from all over the world.
Yep.
And then the best part though is the jets flying over after it's done.
Oh, cool.
They usually have the 3 jets from the air base, and it does the flyover. And that's the part I enjoy the most, is watching the jets fly by.
We used to play that. My band and I, they would ask us to play because they have bands set up along the way.
Yeah, a friend of mine's in a band called Mutt Farm, and he was down on the corner by our house.
Yeah, we used to play. Hers was right at near the Utica Zoo somewhere. We were down near there, but a little more towards the cemetery though. That way,
Right.
more that way. Where we used to like sled.
Right.
That way, more toward that way though.
Right.
So it's not really toward the Utica Zoo, but I guess it's what I'm saying. We were down that way.
Val Vialis
Aurora
Chalet.
Borealis.
Yeah, right where the ski chalet is.
Exactly. That's right where we were. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The park right on the parkway.
Right on the parkway, right where the ski chalet is.
Yep. I was like probably 15 years old playing drum set on there.
Yeah. They usually have, they had my friend's band down on the one corner. Then I think they have a DJ on the other corner, way up. And then they have another big band. It's over actually right at Matt's Brewery where the finish line is.
Yeah. I think like
So
every
it's-
quarter mile they try to get somebody and really just whoever
to
will
keep
do
everybody going,
it. Yeah. Yep.
It's a long race. I give those people credit.
Yep.
Some of them you see them running because we're almost towards the finish line. So you see them, they get by our house, and some of them are like, are they going to make it? Holy crap,
Right.
they look bad. Especially today. It was 88 degrees. And I remember one year there was the race, and it was just like kitty corner from across the street from our house. Somebody pretty much just passed right out.
Ooh.
And they had to get the medics in and get them out on a 4-wheeler. It was just too hot.
Yeah.
I think they should change it and have it in the autumn. So it's not, jogging. You're not running. I forget how many miles it is. It's a lot.
I was just looking at the weather for tomorrow. What it says heat advisory for tomorrow until Tuesday.
Yep. It's all going back up again.
But I look and it says 86 is the high to 67. And I don't know. I mean, I guess that's
Well, depending on what the humidity is.
yeah, I guess. And I was planning on going to Rubicon tomorrow. And I guess is that going to stop me?
Where's that going to be?
Well, that's that junkyard.
Okay. I forgot that's what that's called. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and I'm like, I really need to go out there because I have a dead car on my lift that I need a part for,
Right.
and I don't know. Because if I go out there, I was like, I should do a video too because I've been meaning to get out there again to do another video, and if I go out there, I got to pull apart. It's not a big part. It's easy, but I should do a video while I'm out there. But now there's a heat advisory. I mean, I could do it. It's just now I don't know. I'm finding things not
Excuse me.
reason why not to do it, but I shouldn't.
I know I'm supposed to finish shampooing a chair, so I don't.
What?
Well, I bought a wingback chair from somebody, and they had it in storage, so it's all
Oh,
dusty, and it has that musty smell to it because it's been put away so long.
do you have a pressure washer?
And actually, I have one of those little green clean machines,
Yeah.
and it's what it does is it shampoos it, and then it's vacuum. You suck all of the stuff out of it as
Oh,
you're shampooing. So yeah, that's the plan. Whether I get that accomplished, I have no idea.
yeah. I have a. It's called Greenworks pressure washer. I bought it from Lowe's, and that thing. I used to have a gas one, and that was annoying. Now I have a, an electric one, and that thing is just awesome. I love
Yeah,
that.
they work really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the exciting things that we do during the week.
Ooh, I know. It's
I'm
wonderful.
shampooing a chair.
Yeah.
You're going to the gym. At least you get content out of yours. I don't think anybody wants to watch me shampoo a chair. So
Hey, if you were doing videos like my wife used to, she used to do like
she
those.
would strip and redo furniture and stuff. That's something to watch. I mean,
Yeah, but part of it would be like one of like today I'm gonna be cleaning it, and like I gotta tell you, I'll go upstairs or whatever and like go through the living room, and she's watching videos like that of some woman like shampooing a chair, and I'm like, oh my god,
yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't watch that.
well she
Now, if
would.
she was stripping it down and reupholstering it, then I would be watching.
Well, let's just put it this way, like
Mm.
okay, maybe that's part of it, where that's like
It could be.
and like I don't know, but honestly, those videos like
Some are pretty bad.
but I can't because like that's what she's into.
Yeah.
So like but like I can't fault her if some guy is there sitting spray painting his car. She's probably thinking like, oh my god, he's watching
That's
another one of
so
these stupid
boring. I
videos.
know.
So like but I gotta say like some of these these women are creative, but like today we're gonna be decorating my mantle, and I just love the today I went to Michael's and they had these fake flowers on sale, and I gotta tell you, they're just beautiful. They're beautiful flowers with the plastic ones, they look so real. And then I'm gonna put them over here on the mantle, but I decided that it doesn't look full enough. And so what I did is I put it on the right hand side, and it just made it look a lot fuller. And the one over here on this side looks a lot better. So I put the green one here, and then the pink one's over here. But I just thought that maybe, and then I put where I put the umbrellas here, because then my husband likes to put the one with the ring over here. But then my kids, when they put their shoes here, I'm like, oh my god.
Shut up, lady.
And and my wife seems to like them. And then I
Those
look
are
at
good ideas.
and then I look at their subscribers, and there's like some of them are like 60,000, some are like
Yeah,
120,000, 1 million. Hi, if you're new to my channel, thank you. I just want to say thank you to my 1.2 million subscribers. Today we are going to be putting down dirt, and today's dirt is made from dirt,
Dirt.
and the dirt that we have today is from the dirt farm. And today is John. John, explain your dirt. Oh, today we have dirt, and the dirt is from my dirt farm, and we create dirt at my dirt farm. Oh, and today the
It's
dirt
brown.
is going to be put in the dirt. And so thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right. All right.
And then next week, thank you. I have 1.3 million subscribers now, thanks to my dirt video.
The dirt.
And I'm like, maybe I should make a dirt video. But no, I like,
You're
like-
doing an educational video, and it takes too long.
they don't work.
It takes too long. It's not quick enough for everybody.
And I'm like, well, maybe if I incorporate a fox that was trying to get me. Yeah, that don't work.
Now, you would have got some really good views if you actually were attacked.
You would
It would have
think
been live on, the frothy, foaming teeth going after your jugular, and
if like in the thumbnail, like I had it hanging from my arm, like going,
right. See, now that that would bring it.
yeah.
And then you end it with you in the hospital getting rabies shots. I mean, come on.
Yeah, in my stomach. It probably still wouldn't be like.
You got to give the viewers what they want.
Yeah.
Action.
Yeah, Who knows? It probably still wouldn't be any good. I
Oh
can't even get my
man.
friends. I'm like, hey, dude, did you see my video yet? No, not yet, man. I didn't watch it. Like, thanks.
Well, that's why I said my friends that were over today, and I'm like, they go, oh, and I was talking about, I showed them pictures on camera, and I go, oh yeah, this is the camera I got to do, for my investigations and the cemetery shots and all that. And they go, oh yeah, for that ghost thing that you do, and I'm like, yeah, the ghost thing that I do. I said it would be nice if you subscribed. So
Yeah, I get that. I get that all the time. Like
pretty
my
much, I know they're not watching what I'm doing.
no, my family's the same way. They're like, I don't even like talk to them about what I do.
Thanks for the support, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for the support.
I really don't talk to like anybody about. I used to try to like put that line out there that cable with the hook on it to see like the response if they're watching.
Right.
But I've realized that and I even set up like my own, like on Facebook, like a page for Carburetors and Coffee that's getting nothing. Like people like it was like, oh, you have like 100 followers, and that like is getting no likes, no nothing. Like nobody is like doing nothing with it. And I
The
figured,
Facebook
okay,
page?
yeah,
Yeah, well,
I'm like,
you just gotta keep pushing it. Just
pushing
keep
it.
doing it and keep posting stuff on there. And
I get like 4 people on my regular personal page when I post a video.
right.
I get like some feedback, but on my like Carburetors and Coffee page, nothing. Ignores. People just ignore it. No, like nothing, no comment, no like, no nothing. It's like crickets. Desert. Desert Valley, the Mojave Desert, just
There you go.
nothing. Nothing's happening. And I'm like, why do I bother? And then the community, remember how we were talking about that?
Right.
Nothing. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to even bother this community thing. I'm not bothering with it. So I know you said keep pushing it, but
Just keep posting.
I don't understand why I should bother. There's nobody there. It's a barren wasteland for me.
Eventually somebody will show up.
I don't know. Like I so appreciate you, but it's like there's nobody there. Hello.
Yeah, no, I would comment, that's for sure. Well, like the comment I made on your video there.
Yes.
I mean, how's the matter with you? You don't bake while you're doing engine repair?
Yeah. But then so it's like, I mean, like my family, like they're like, oh, I don't even care anymore. Like there's like
you need to intermix. You gotta have you're underneath the car, Michelle's on the top doing the baking. She could teach how to make the brownies off the engine block while you're underneath, changing out, the carburetor or something. Or I mean the catalytic converter.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just got I sent you that text about being frustrated and stuff, and I have to it's not that it's making a person stop or anything. It's just you don't, like I said, the community thing, nothing happens. The Carburetors and Coffee Facebook page, nothing happens. And it's like, hello guys, can you please, like, anybody there?
Yeah, acknowledge. Yeah, I get it. And we all go through that. I think
but-
you gotta remember you're doing it for you.
Yeah, you are, but you aren't. And
because we all get sucked into checking everything all the time.
And that's the thing. So like I am doing it for myself, but there is that payoff that you are doing it for others.
Right. You want to have the acknowledgement that, hey, am I doing something right?
But today, I don't think Greg will watch. Well, he doesn't. He's not subscribed to you, but listen to this. A friend of mine wrote me today. So he watched my video today, the new one with the wiring and everything.
Right.
This is what he wrote.
Is he going to get mad at you?
No, he's an electrician. So he put, I went to high school with him.
Right.
Really cool dude. Hey, how have you been? If you ever need an electrical advice, let me know. Your videos are great, man.
It's
I
see?
haven't heard from him. I think I texted him we've texted maybe 8 years ago.
Wow. So, now see, somebody's watching.
Yeah, and so like
They're just not doing all of the, the bells and the whistles. Because that's why I always say, please remember, just hit all the bells and whistles. It really helps us out.
yeah, but see, I don't. There's another thing. I don't think that people are going to do that if they want to.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that, but I feel like, oh, shut up. I will if I want to. You're not going to force me to do that. See, like I always,
it's free, and
I did that at the end of this. I started doing that, like, hey, subscribe. But I feel like the hitting the bell and all that stuff, and I think it's not out yet. But I do comment. I say if you like the video, hit a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, hit a thumbs up.
Just say, hey, show me a little love. Just hit a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a thing. Because then it just lets you know that they're liking what you're doing. So it keeps you motivated. Like I said, a lot of the videos that I've done, I've got over 100 something views on a lot of them, and some of the shorts, I got like 400 views on one and 300. Just hit the like button, so I know that you like what I'm putting on there.
Here's the thing, Laura. I text my sister. I can't even get her to text me back. So
yeah, well, it's sisters.
How can I expect my sister to even watch what I do? Watch anything on YouTube that I do, let alone like I'll text her. I don't know. I think I've texted her like I don't remember what it was, but it's like then I don't even get an answer back from her. So I stopped texting my sister long ago. Like, but she'll text me about like, hey, did you know we're having a cookout at Dad's house? Do you want to see if you want to go? And I'll text her back,
Right.
But if I text her, hey, I'm having a cookout here at my house, did you want to come? I would never hear from her.
Well, that's your answer. She don't want to come.
And so like, if I ever texted like, hey, I don't know if you know, but I have a thing on YouTube going. Do you ever watch? I'd never hear. So like, I can't even count on family or friends.
My husband doesn't watch what I do, but he'll share it out.
That's cool.
Say, well, did you watch that? No, but I shared it.
Yeah, and my Michelle does, so that's cool. But it's like, I don't know. Whatever.
Just, well, because what I do, it's people are thinking, well, I'm not really into that, but it's not just like I said, the paranormal. There's all kinds of other things, and then we talking just like today. It's just a general chat.
Yeah,
and so you get a little bit of something. It's a socialization thing.
Yeah.
But then of course there is a lot of the paranormal because that's what it's what it's about.
Yeah, and if they gave this a chance, because what we're doing here is a little bit different.
Right. Hitting on a little bit of everything, which I like.
Yeah, exactly. And this is more of a
so it's just more of a social, laid back type of thing, and that's what I was after.
Yeah, this is more to get to know you, because actually people don't really know you, and because
I'm mysterious.
Yeah, you're more of a mysterious sort of this entity that we just.
I'm the lurker in the background watching you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Got the binoculars out and.
Yeah, exactly. So.
The spook in the back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I used to do. That when the malls were big when we were young. I'm a people watcher, and I would just sit back, on a bench, with a drink or something. I just watch people go by.
Yeah, my friend was like that.
And I'd laugh, or I'm like, oh geez, I think, look at the people that come here.
Thank you.
There it is again. Where's mine?
Thing. Don't you have your dog trained to bring you water?
With that, I don't open the door. The dog come running right back in here, breathing on my knee.
Can't you text somebody to bring you a water?
They're not gonna pay any attention. I don't even know if George is still here. He probably took off.
It's Sunday night. What's he doing?
Yeah, he'll go out, go to the car wash
Go
the
get
truck,
ice cream,
do whatever, and well, what am I supposed to do? You're in there talking on the computer. You're supposed to be here so that
Yeah.
you can bring me coffee.
Yeah, and it's in bottles of water.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
George.
That's all right. So I always know I actually have a glass of water too. So if I need it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this yapping, yeah, it dries out the throat.
I know. Yeah, I've been yapping.
Oh.
And I'm gonna
And-
yap some more too soon here
So,
with my pad of paper.
oh, he's bringing out the pad of paper.
Well, yeah.
All right, let me have it. Hit me up with it.
Okay, so when you do the thumbnail for this, I think you should title it. I don't know. I think
Look what Bill did to me.
no. I think we got to title it something to intrigue everybody because, I mean, geez, what have we been talking for an hour now?
Yeah,
And
about everything.
yeah, but this is like, this we're gonna play a game. Laura, I'm gonna set Laura up with a game. And it's actually not, this isn't a joking thing. This is actually what I wanted to do with her. I had this great idea. This is about, this is because of what Laura's channel does is this sort of, it's not necessarily a debunking channel. It's just about being aware of what people can do to make money off of the paranormal. And so I had this great idea for Laura. Laura, this is a game for you, and it consists of 3 stories.
3 stories.
3 stories. And then we'll think about the thumbnail and the title for this podcast afterward off the air.
All
Okay.
right.
So that we can intrigue people to click on it. But you're gonna have to guess which one is fake.
Okay.
Okay. And the way I'm gonna engineer this is like not a joking thing.
All right.
I took this from the show Celebrity Hauntings, Celebrity Ghost Stories.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, whether you've seen the episodes that I'm going to be talking about or not is fine. You could say, "Oh, I saw this one."
Right.
It doesn't matter. I guarantee that you are not going to know which one of these are fake.
Okay.
Whether you saw it or not, and whoever's
Right.
watching, you're going to
Because
go,
I've seen most of them.
"Yep," which is fine.
Okay.
I am going to, when I tell these stories, I am going to tell them as if I am the actor. Okay. I'm not going to say that the story I'm going to tell you now is from so-and-so. And he said, I'm going to pretend that I'm the person. Okay.
You're the person. Okay.
Right. So that way it just sounds better.
Okay. And okay, if I get it right, what is my prize?
Your prize is a big, crisp digital
High
high
five?
Yep.
Oh, I don't
Digital
know, man.
high-
It's kind of lame.
Yep.
Okay, and if I get it wrong, then then what have I got to do?
Well, there's also a payoff to this.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why I'm doing this is because when I say there's a payoff to this is because I'm gonna go to mediums as well. I'm gonna bring up a medium, and oh yeah, crap, I forgot the medium's name. We can go to that. But you should always have your guard up. You should always like side eye guy should always be shifty eyed about what these people are doing for money.
Okay.
Okay, that's what this is all about. And
Okay.
it's more for, I might be testing you, Laura, but this is more for people watching to go, wow, I didn't
What to
know.
look for?
Yeah, and I didn't know
Okay.
that because this is a true story. Okay?
Okay.
This is true. This is an accurate thing. All right, hang on 1 second because I got to turn my AC off. It's super cold in here, and you're probably like, "Oh, you're hot."
Yeah, that's it. I am hot.
All right, it's cold in here. Hang on.
Yeah, the flames are just shooting right off of me.
Yeah, and it's like icicles in here.
Oh. Well, that's what happens when you're rich and you can have air conditioning in every room.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
This was some years ago. I was living in. I had actually moved to Santa Barbara, California, and I had a passion for renovating old homes. And this in particular home, it it was about 70 years old,
Okay.
and it was a 2-story house in Santa Barbara, California, and they called it a Monterey Colonial is what they called
Okay.
it. And a lot of people avoided this home for some reason. A lot of people called it creepy. I had just thought that my wife and I just thought it was the owners, because we don't believe in the paranormal. My wife
Okay.
and I, we think, oh, it's just the owners that are putting out this vibe, okay? And I personally couldn't wait to get my hands on this place. Um, it was pretty decrepit, needed a lot of work, but that's the sort of thing that we liked. So we get into the house and we do our renovations and things like that. And we had been in there for, a few months, 4 months or so. And my little boy, um, he was like 3 or 4 at the time, 3 or 4 years old at the time, and he had told us he was seeing a little girl that he would talk to at night. This He didn't call it an apparition or anything like that, but he called this little girl.
Okay.
And my wife and I sort of blew this off because, again, we don't believe in anything like that. And we're like, okay, okay. And we'd say, well, what is she saying to you? What are you guys talking about? And he would say, well, she's saying that she's lonely at night. She's lonely at night. Now, my other son slept in the bed with him, and he was a bit older. He was about a year and a half older at the time. And he would say, we'd ask him, is anything happening at night? And he would say, no, but I'm hearing him talk at night to someone. But this little girl apparently would sit on the bed with him,
Right.
and he wouldn't feel anything happen. My other son wouldn't feel the bed move or anything like that, but he would hear my other son talk to somebody at night. He would hear him. And the little girl would tell my son that she used to live there, and that this was her bedroom
Right.
at one time, and that where they were sleeping was approximately the same spot that she was sleeping. Okay. Again, my wife and I didn't believe in this stuff. Now, we were already set up in the home and everything with a mind's eye to flip this home. But
Right.
of course, we were living there. And at that time, we had a woman that was working for us. She had heard us talking about this and discussing it. And her mother was a shaman, supposedly a shaman. She suggested bringing her mother in to the home. So we were like, you know what? We want to at least do something for our son to figure out what this is. So we brought her in. Immediately, she picks up on something.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, she comes in with some sage, some candles, and she senses her spirit.
Right.
Senses there's a little girl in here. I got notes.
Notes.
Yeah, because this is I didn't want to mess any of this up. It's like a script I have. The little girl tells the shaman that she was buried on the property by her parents. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Nobody buries their child on property. Even 70 years ago or so. This was bizarre. This is really bizarre. So then it hit me. And I was like, months earlier, when we were outside doing the yard work, because when we had moved in, it was overgrown and things like that.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember this story?
Uh-huh.
Okay. when we were removing all the weeds and things like that, we had come across all these stones. And we started removing these stones and started stacking them up, and they were really out of place. They were kind of nice stones. We're like, oh, these are kind of neat, but they're out of place. And we came across one stone that had, it looked like a name was carved in it, very crudely, like almost like with a metal object was carved into it. And the date in it, couldn't really make out the name, but there was a date, said 1946 to 1953. Very crudely done, carved in. Then as we kept going, we found bones. Now, they were small, and it could have been, no, we were kind of in a rural setting. It wasn't the woods, but it was kind of rural. Could have been coyote bones, a dog, things like that. We never found anything really more than like just a few fragments of bone. So these stones were really cool, and the fireplace needed refurbishing. So we figured, hey, let's use these stones to help refurbish the fireplace. And that's what we did. We took these stones and that stone with the carvings in it and refurbished that. And then I realized what we did. That was probably that little girl's grave. And we took those stones and put those stones into the house and brought that little girl into the home.
Mm-hmm.
Because we would hear footsteps in the home. So the shaman says the little girl is happy that we're there. Thank you for bringing her into the home. And it's hitting me, all this stuff, when it happened. So then the shaman, she goes out to, I told her about, oh my God, can I tell you what happened? She goes out. I said, this is the spot where we found these stones. She goes out and she starts getting signals from the Chumash Indians, how they're not happy that there's new homes being built in this area. And there's Chumash Indian spirits all around this area now. So that's the story on this one.
Okay.
That I got out of there as fast as I could. I sold that property because that's what we were going to do anyway. But we sold that property. Of course, the people that bought that home had two little girls. So who knows? Hopefully, maybe they're playing with that little girl or whatever. But okay, so we're out of there and we moved to another home. Okay, that was story number 1. Okay,
that was number 1.
Yep. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Story 2. Let's see. In 1975, I was about 13 years old, and I was in Spain. I went with my father and my 2 brothers, and we went to go stay with friends of my father's, and they were renting a castle. And I know it sounds a little strange, but they were renting a castle, and my father's friends had said, hey, come stay with us for a while. We rented this castle. It was a 13th century castle. It was massive. When we pulled up, we pulled in and I looked at this place, this ominous place, and I felt a little uneasy at first. Do you recognize this story at all?
I think so. Yep.
So we go in and everything seems a little normal, but still I'm feeling uneasy. And we're around the dinner table, this beautiful place. And it's just as you would think. There's sort of old paintings on the wall and swords with shields and things like that, just as you would think a castle would look.
Right.
And we're having dinner, and just as dinner is starting to end, I hear in the distance a faint rumble, and I knew it was thunder.
Yeah.
There's something you should know about Spain. Spain is known for having very thunderstorms or storms come on just like that. fast, quick. And when they do, the sun, it's like the sun goes down. It's instant.
Yeah.
So as soon as I heard that thunder, the rain just poured down. It was as if the sun went down and it was darkness. So then as the thunder rolled in, the electricity, of course, went out.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happened, the family that we were staying with, they also had children. It was like they sort of knew, they were prepared for these sort of things there in Spain. They instantly whip out candles and they had the matches and
Right.
they got that stuff going. The things for the adults, they were happy and everything. That didn't change for them. But for me, it did. I just felt uneasy. And by this time, a couple hours had gone on at the table, and now it was time for bed. And the storm is still going on, and the electricity hadn't come back. And I remember seeing my two brothers being whisked away, going up these steps, thinking, "Oh, well, I want to go with them. Why can't I go sleep with them?" And I guess what what had happened was there was just no room for me and the other kids that were going to go sleep there. I had to go sleep in this other spot. It's just the way it was engineered that day. I don't know why, but I wanted to go with them. That's all I knew. So my room, for whatever reason, was across the courtyard. We had to go into the rain to go through the courtyard into the other side. So I was with my dad, and he said, he had the candle, and he said, took his coat, he put it over his head and my head, and he said, "We're going to run on the count of 3 from here to there." So he says, on 1, 2, 3, we run. And as we're running, I noticed a figure. I look up on the other side of the courtyard, and I just couldn't make it out, but it was a silhouette of a figure. And so didn't really think too much of it, but I'm wondering who's standing there. And okay. So we made it to the other side, and in the room, we open up this door, and there's a hallway. And at the end of the hallway is a door. Go to that door, open up the door. And there was a little room with a bed and a cot, and there's old boxes and old books, and it's just a room for you to sleep in with a window and things like that. So my dad led me to bed, and he says, "Are you scared?" And I said, "A little bit." And he says, "Well, here's what you do." He says, "You remember that thing I taught you to keep you," he says, "in between the thunder. Remember when you go 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000?
Yeah.
You count to 4, it's a mile away. The storm should be getting farther and farther away." He says, well, as I kept counting, my dad, he said, "Okay, see, it's getting farther away." I was like, "Oh, puts me at ease." So my dad leaves me, closes the door. And so I'm like, okay, well, I think I can do this. The candle, I thought, there's no way I'm blowing that candle out tonight, leaving it on. So he leaves, and as I'm counting, I get to 2. The candle is on, and I keep counting, but the thunder keeps coming. It's not getting farther away. It keeps getting worse and worse. And just as I started going 1, 1,000, there's a clap of thunder, and the window blows open. It's got those wooden doors on it.
Mm-hmm.
It blows the candle out. And I thought, well, okay, I can get up and relight that candle. And there was no window on this castle. It was just a wooden door. So the wind is blowing in and the rain is coming in. So I get up to go close it and light the candle first to go close that window because it's across the room. But as I look, I could see somebody in the window, and I thought, oh, my dad is here. He's come to get me. He probably knew I would be scared. But I look and I see that it's not moving. And I go, and I try to focus in. And as I look, just as I'm thinking it's my dad, another bright flash of lightning comes, and it's not my dad, it's a skeleton. and it's a skeleton, and it's in chainmail, and it's holding a spear. And of course, I was scared out of my skin. I ran out the court, down that hallway, found that door, ran through the courtyard, didn't look back. And it was hard for me to find the door that we came out of, where my dad was and the friends. But I could see where candlelight was because it was dark. But I could finally found where the candlelight was. I ran into where they were, and they were like a bit miffed at why was I back? I should be sleeping. And I was inconsolable. They were like, what's the matter? And I didn't really tell them what had happened. I just told them I wasn't going back. The next day, my dad let me sleep with him. The next day, I tried to tell my father what was wrong, and he said, you were probably just dreaming, and I know what I saw. Listen, I was there. I know what I saw. Well, I had done some research on that about 15 or 20 years later. I had done some research on that place in the Encyclopedia Britannica on the battles that took place at that castle. And it was called the Battle of El Salato, 14th century. And hundreds of lives were taken there. So I just believe that it was probably a lost soldier that had died there, never found his way. Okay.
Okay, that was number 2.
Number 3. Okay, third and final. Okay, in 1996, I broke up with my girlfriend, and I was living in New York City. I was a struggling actor, and I really didn't have a place to go, but I wanted to stay in New York City. So I had moved into the Chelsea Hotel in New York City.
Yep.
This is one. By the way, I picked these because, well, first of all, I had to pick the one for the reason, but the other two were my favorites.
Right. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Because I really liked them. Okay, that's the reason why the two that I'm telling you are like I loved them. Okay,
Right.
and obviously the one that the fake one is the fake one, obviously. But okay. The Chelsea Hotel is a big hotel in New York City. It's a beautiful hotel, but it's also very old with a lot of history, a lot of paranormal history. A lot of artists have lived there. A lot of eccentric artists. I don't know if you know this, but I don't know if you know who Sid Vicious, music artist, but he murdered Nancy Spungen there in 1978.
Yeah.
So a couple poets, I mean, just a lot of actors throughout the years have lived there. I think it was built in the late 1800s. Anyways, I had moved there, and I had moved to the 8th floor, is what I've come to known it as. And one of the Ramones lived there too, Dee Dee. And I had met the other tenants there, and I'd go down to like the bar area, and they would ask me, "Oh, so what floor are you on?" And I'd say, "I'm on the 8th floor." And they'd go, "Oh, have you met Mary yet?" And the way they would ask it was sort of a loaded way that they would ask it, not like, and I would sort of like say no. And when I would look for Mary, I'd think, well, when I see Mary, I guess I'm going to know her, because maybe she's what does she have, some sort of a top hat or something? I'm going to know who Mary is the way that they're saying it, almost like a smirk when they'd say, "Oh, have you met Mary yet?" And about a month later, I was riding the elevator up about 3 a.m. and I get up on my floor, the 8th floor, and the hallway, the lights are dimmer than they usually are. It just had a sort of hazy sort of look to it. And It was unusual, the feel to it. And I'm walking down the hall and I heard sobbing. And I looked down the hallway, and at the Chelsea Hotel, the hallways are very, very long. And the sobbing is sort of a cut off sort of sound. And I see a woman in the corner near a doorway of one of the rooms, hunched over, crying. And she was crying so hard that her shoulders were actually moving. And the sound was odd as well. It wasn't like coming from her. It was like coming from all around. It was just sort of weird. And I asked, "Are you okay?" Just as I said, "Are you okay?" The light on the fixture, the fixtures are it's not like a light above you. The fixtures are coming off the walls. And as soon as I asked, "Are you okay?" the light behind me popped and broke. Just exploded. So I turned around and looked at it, exploded. And when I looked back, this woman was gone. So now when I look back, of course, the lights all behind me are dark. The whole hallway's darkened. When I look back, that woman is gone. She's not there anymore. And I'm thinking, well, that was quick. She was at that door. They opened up the door for her and let her in. And that was, wow. That was the reasoning in my mind. So then I got to thinking about it. I go back down to a couple weeks later, and I said to the guys that I was talking about Mary before, I said, "I think I met Mary, who you were talking about." And I told them my story. And they said, "Mary was from Buffalo, New York, and she was a newlywed. Her husband and her husband's brother had booked passage on a ship, gone over to England to finish tying up some loose ends for an inheritance that her husband had gotten over in England. Well, Mary was excited, didn't want to wait for him to come back up to Buffalo, so she wanted to meet him down at port in New York City. So she booked a hotel room at the Chelsea Hotel. This was in 1912. So unfortunately, her husband and brother had booked passage on the Titanic. And once she had found out that the Titanic had sunk and confirmed that he was not coming back, he was one of the victims, she had gone into her room and hung herself. And that was the room that she was standing out front of that she did it in. So unfortunately, this was just Mary that probably had never left and has been at that place ever since. Okay, Laura.
Okay.
Tell me which one is fake. And the reason why I know I'm going to tell you one for a fact is fake. And so, the person that made it up admitted it's fake.
Uh-huh. Well, actually, I was thinking maybe we should put a twist on this
Oh, there is a twist at the end.
and have people who watch
And come back to it?
have them comment what is real and what is fake.
And maybe, I'll tell you what, that's a good idea. You know what? Maybe next week we can come back to this.
So we would check everything and then see who was right.
Dude.
So yeah, I don't want to give away the answer or make an answer. Let everybody in the comments.
I love it because you know what? This has been going on long, and you know what? I think that's a fantastic idea.
So we'll go with that.
Oh, I love it. See,
So, yeah.
We're a great team, dude.
Everybody, who watches, please put in the comments, was it story 1, 2, or 3 that was real?
Yeah, okay. And like Laura asked, what is the prize? It's a big, crisp, virtual high five.
High five. Woohoo! No, whoever gets it right will get a shout out.
That's right. You'll get a
So
shout out.
if they have their own a channel or they've got their own investigating team or whatever, they get a shout out and the opportunity to be interviewed. How about that?
I like that. That's a good idea.
There you
man.
go.
Yeah.
They should make them all run right on there and put
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. No,
load
dude,
right
that's,
up and answer that question.
yeah, that's a good twist. And then, and then next week we'll revisit this.
And then see who the winner is.
Yeah, and then that'll give me time too, because I actually kind of have follow up, because I was like writing all my notes because I didn't want to mess the stories up.
Right.
I was kind of scripting it, and that'll give me time to like follow up with everything. So cool.
With everything, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, I've seen every one of those that you have mentioned.
You know which one's my favorite? Like I said, I think we talked about like the cinematography about that, because I really love that stuff. Is how good they do that. They film that
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
And the stories are really good.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not going to say which one's fake, and
Yeah,
the one I'm
well,
going to say, which is my favorite, could be the fake one, but the castle one, I love that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
When they show, and they say, and it was a skeleton, and when they show it, it's just so cool. The skeleton, it's like, I think
Well,
it's
they
so
would make
cool.
anybody shit themselves. If they
Yes.
saw that.
Yeah, and I was just
When
like,
you started talking about that, you said cast. I go, oh, yep, I seen that one. I know which one he's talking about.
yep, it's really
I
cool.
would have been running too if I was that kid.
Yeah. Now, if anybody is going to go back and watch that episode, he could be telling the truth, or he could be making that up.
Exactly.
Either way, the way he tells it, like, is super convincing or not. Like, but anyways, that's like,
right.
yeah. So
yeah, don't go any further. But yeah, okay, everybody,
right.
we're trusting everybody not to cheat. Just put down if it was story 1, 2, or 3, which one is real, and then we'll let everybody know in the chat, who was the winner, and like I said, yeah, you get that wonderful crisp high five.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, yes, you get a shout out and a chance for an interview. That'd be great.
Yeah, maybe what you could do is too, maybe like on your live, maybe mention it.
Right.
Mention like the game that's on there.
Just check it out. There's a little bit of a contest game going on, and put your answers down, and that'll be fun. So yeah. I figured, we would do that. When you were telling the story, I'm thinking, well, let's make the people in the comment guess.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, you know what? Maybe they could, and then we'll give them a second and then reveal it. But that's perfect. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so we
Even
just
better.
monitor it, and then we'll let them know who the winner is. We'll announce it, and it might not be $1 million, but what the hell is a chance to do a live? And
dude, a virtual high five is way better.
Yeah, at least yes, it's just so much better.
Yeah. All right, Laura.
That was fun.
Yeah, I tried my best. Hopefully you weren't tortured.
A little bit different. I'm sure everybody will get a kick out of it.
And
we pretty much have chewed the fat pretty well here today, sir.
Yeah, big time.
So I guess we are just going to say good night to everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed what we did today. There's more to come. You never know what we're going to end up talking about.
Yep.
Started with music, ended in a contest. Hey,
right.
Don't get any better than that.
Yeah.
All right, Sir Bill, I will see you again on the Raw side. Everybody, thanks. And you all have a great evening.
Bye, everyone.